Hey guys, it's Proto here. I'm gonna be showing you guys my updated level leader monarch. Just a few things before I start. Hopefully, when we get a couple of subscribers, I'm thinking around like maybe 25 or 50. I don't know yet. It matters how many subscribers we can get in a shorter amount of time. I'm gonna be having a deck building contest. It's gonna be about originality, and I'm gonna set it up with my teammates. I haven't really talked to them much about it, but I'm hoping to get that all settled. I don't know what the prizes will be. I'll have that all set up once we get there. So yeah, subscribe to them. This will be a fun channel. You'll see really original decks. Uh, Very little meta decks, so you won't see us posting deck of the month like zombies or something just to get subscribers. You'll never see us do it. And if we do post a zombie deck, it won't be a meta deck. I promise you that. So yeah, let's get started. Starting off, 3 Caius. Monarch deck, you run Caius. 3 Ryza. I consider Caius and Ryza the same. They both have their times in need, so they're both just as good as each other. 2 Cyber Dragon. This card made this deck possible. I think running 2 Cyber Dragon in this deck speed up the deck majorly. So gotta run 2. 1 Gores. I'd run Battle Fader instead, but this is just for the level leader concept of it. Battle Fader is a great card in other Monarch decks. Really helps out. 2 Gravekeeper Spies. I like the Gravekeeper engine. I don't like running a guard or another spy or anything. It becomes dead. And rather just have the defense. I don't want to return it to their hand because I'd just rather remove it or top deck it with one of my monarchs. 2 Mystic Tomatoes. I run this instead of Armageddon Knight because I think it comes more in handy, because if I just ran Armageddon Knight, that would just be targeted for my level eaters. I don't run Necrograna because it's at 1. I would have ran it at 2 and ran Armageddon Knights instead. But yeah, so I just run 2 Mystic Tomatoes. 2 level eaters. This card is amazing. You know, if you ever ran a Monarch deck, you know how much it hurts to tribute your own Monarch. This makes it so you don't have to. So I run 2 of them. 2 Krebons. My favorite tuner for Monarch decks. I don't like Plague Spreader or any of those other things in Monarch decks because I think Krebons, you need to be able to stall out, and Krebons help you do that. 1 Treeborn. I don't like 2. Everyone thinks, oh no, they don't contradict themselves if they activate at the same time. Yes, they do. So you can only bring 1 out. Yeah, it helps if 1 gets removed, like against a GB deck, but you know what? It's not the main card in my deck anymore. So 1 Dandelion. I run this instead of Spirit Reaper. Because I think it's more useful, so I just run it. And 1 Sangan. I used to hate this card, but with Mystic Tomatoes it becomes a lot more useful. Now that's 20 monsters. Now for the spells. 1 Allure of Darkness. Gotta have a little bit of draw power, and it's still useful in this deck. I run 13 Darks. 2 Book of Moons. Great protection. Great for a lot of things, actually. Instead of a 3rd Book of Moon, I run a emergency or enemy controller. Sorry, I was reading the other card. Yeah, it has many uses. I don't like running more than 1 unless if I'm running a deck that actually runs around it. But yeah, a random tech one's great. 1 Emergency Teleport. Get out the Krebons faster, speeds up the deck. 1 Soul Exchange. This is the first Monarch deck I've actually ever ran this in. Because every other Monarch I think was too slow and I didn't need it. But this Monarch deck, I think I need it, and it runs really nice. 1 Brain Control. Just a staple. Everyone thinks he should have gotten banned. I don't agree. 1 Heavy Storm. Staple. And then instead of Mystical Space Typhoon, I run Bait Doll. My friend Cody talked me into this one. And I like the idea of it. Not in all decks I don't, but for a Monarch deck, since if I run into like a Swords or like a Gear Town or something, like if it's face up, I can get rid of it with my Monarchs. I don't need the Mystical Space Typhoon, especially since I run a couple other cards that get rid of magic traps. So I like the idea of it. It's reusable. So I just really like it in this deck. It actually has helped a lot. And then Swords of Revealing Light. I used to have a Lightning Vortex in here. I didn't like discarding anymore. So I put in Swords to stall out. It kind of helps draw out more cards. Now for traps, one Mirror Force. It's a staple. Torrential Tribute, staple. Call the Haunted. I normally hate this card in Monarchs because if you tribute the monster, it's Call the Haunted stays out on the field. But in this one, it kind of is more useful, so I run it. Psalm, staple. Two Bottomlesses, staple. Two Royal Oppressions. I know people argue about this, but in my last video, talked about how with level eaters, I make them pay. So it hurts them for 1,600. I'd rather hurt them for 1,600 than just tribute for a Monarch. I can sit there with them just one Monarch, or I can tribute the Monarch that I was using level eater on. I mean, it's really useful, and Royal Oppression hurts a lot of decks. If you have a deck and you want to add speed, you use Special Summoning, and this stops it. So, stops Synchro Summoning and a lot of other things. Two Dust Tornadoes. This is the other Magic Trap Destruction I have. That's why I run a Bait Doll. It's a great card. I love just setting it and destroying it in phase. Now for my extra deck. I won't be showing a side deck. I haven't set it up yet. I don't know what people are going to be running this format. So, yeah, you just got to settle with this. So, one Mistworm. I can get this out really easily. One Stardust. Colossal Fighter. Black Rose. Exabor Urbelm. Ancient Fairy Dragon. A lot of people are against this, but it helps you sometimes. Those random field spells that are really annoying. Gain you life points. Great monster to just sit there. I've been facing against a Crystal Beast deck that is really mean, and so gets rid of those field spells. Go Guardian. Gaia Knight. Catastor. And Armory Arm, and I can get this out with tokens, so it is useful. There are a couple cards I still need for my extra deck, but it's not really that important. So yeah, subscribe to us, you guys. That's the first of many decks I'll be showing. We will have that contest. I don't know if I'll be posting a trade binder. I haven't decided yet. But yeah, rate, comment, subscribe. Later, guys.